The Lightning Collection's Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Lord Zedd was released in spring 2019. He came in a solo pack for Wave 1. Even though I'll be looking at these Lightning Collection figures, I want to talk about the characters themselves. Today, we're going to take a look at Lord Zedd. The packaging for Lord Zedd has the same basic design as all the Lightning Collection solo pack figures, but with Lord Zedd vector images. The back of the package has the digital sculpt of the figure. Lord Zedd has two sets of hands, two wide grip hands, a fist, and a tight grip hand. The wide grip hands can be used to hold his staff a bit loosely, but they are great for holding the growth bomb. His accessories are his staff, a growth bomb, and a lightning effect for his staff. Lord Zedd's articulation is the same as many modern figures from Marvel Legends and Power Rangers Lightning Collection. I think I said this in the last Lightning Collection review. His head is on a ball joint and the ball joint is on a hinge. He has a butterfly joint on his shoulders. His arms can come up and all the way around. He has a swivel at the bicep, a double joint at the LB bone. His wrist can turn all the way around, and he can also bend at the wrist. He can do the hula. He has a nap crunch. His legs are on a ball joint. He has a swivel at the thigh, a double knee joint. His feet can point up and down and rock side to side. Lord Zedd's articulation is hindered by the tubes around him. The tubes can come off. There's these pegs on them and they peg on peg holes on the figure. Peg. The detail on this guy is really good. He's a lot of fun to pose, although it kinda sucks that he is harder to find in the wild. To date, I have only seen him twice. There's a reason why this Lord Zedd figure is universally held in high regards as the best Lord Zedd figure ever released. Not only is he a phenomenal villain on the show, but he can also match that. It's the Lord Zedd we've all been waiting for, and a strong figure to kick off the toy line.
Mighty Morphin Power Rangers! I hear Lord Zedd is bragging again! It's time to turn up the power! Activate the Talking White Ranger!
Rangers, power!
That ought to keep Lord Zedd quiet for now. Talking White Ranger and Talking Lord Zedd from Bandai, turning up the power!
Lord Zedd wields his staff made from a snake and uses growth bombs to make his monsters grow. He pilots Serpentera, the largest Zord to date. After Rita Repulsa failed against the Power Rangers for the umpteenth time, Lord Zedd went to the palace to take over defeating the Rangers. He then placed Rita in her dumpster and sent her to the farthest reaches of the galaxy from the moon, Earth. Here's a rundown of the things that Lord Zedd accomplished. He replaced the Putty Patrol with the Z Putty Patrol. He gave Goldar his wings back. He sent the Dinozords back into the Earth, forcing the Rangers to use the parts of the Dinozords to make the Thunder Swords. He drained Tommy's Green Ranger powers into a crystal so he can make the Dark Rangers. Okay, this one is hilarious. I'd love to see these guys as Lightning Collection figures. Lord Zedd planned to make Kimberly his new queen, but then Kimberly started to act like Rita Repulsa.
Queenie! It's for the Ringos! I deserve better! What are you looking at? You swine!
Later, Rita gave Lord Zedd a love potion and they were married. Okay, now this is the dumbest and the most awesomest thing that Serpentera was used for. At one point, Rita orders Kat to steal Kimberly's power coin so they can have power for their own Zords. This makes Kimberly weak and she's taken to one of Lord Zedd's dimensions. He contacts the command center and tells the good guys to teleport him to the command center so he can make his demands for Kimberly. His demands are that the Rangers work for him piloting the Shogun Zords, or he destroys Kimberly, who is having her life force drained. They agree, but Billy finds a dimension and sends Tommy to rescue her, but he is faced with Lord Zedd himself. In the fight, Lord Zedd is obviously stronger than Tommy, and the only way that he loses is when Tommy breaks his staff.
Down on your luck, Tommy! Get real, Zedd! Come on, Tommy! You can't be serious with that toy sword! I don't get more serious than this, Zedd. Bullseye! Yes! Not quite.
Master Vile, Rita and Rito's father, shows up and helps Lord Zedd and Rita. Lord Zedd is upset, and he doesn't like him at all. Master Vile creates a monster that drains the Rangers' power. He defeats them and takes the Zeo Crystal, which is a source of power that can continue to grow. After this, Master Vile has a huge celebration at Ernie's Juice Bar, which once again makes Lord Zedd upset. After the Rangers get their powers back, Master Vile reverses time, a la Superman, and makes the Rangers children. When Master Vile gets defeated, he leaves and Lord Zedd is ecstatic to be back in charge. Lord Zedd and Rita destroy the power coins, ending the original Ranger powers. Afterwards, Lord Zedd sends Rito and Goldar to go underneath the command center to get the Zeo Crystal and plant a bomb to destroy the command center. The plan works and the command center is destroyed. This concludes Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, and we're moved forward to Power Rangers Zeo. As Lord Zedd and company celebrate, Rita sees King Mondo and his machine empire coming. Lord Zedd and Rita take all their stuff to Serpentera and leave Rito and Goldar behind on Earth, where they have amnesia and become Bulk and Skull's servants. Meanwhile, Tommy gets brainwashed and believes he's king of the Machine Empire. He then lures the Rangers to gladiatorial combat in a different dimension. Lord Zedd helps the Rangers and teleports them to Tommy's location, because they will lose all the work that they've done and the Machine Empire would get all of their credit. At the end of Zeo, Lord Zedd and Rita try to take the Gold Ranger's powers from Jason, but King Mondo has the same plan. King Mondo fights the Rangers and loses to them, leaving his son, Prince Sprocket, in charge. As a peace offering, Lord Zedd gives a gift to Sprocket, and when he opens the gift, it explodes, blowing up the entire royal family. Now this marks the last appearance of Lord Zedd in Zeo. Next up, Power Rangers Turbo. This time, it starts with a movie, Turbo, a Power Rangers movie. Divatox calls Rita for help, but instead she gets laughed off, and we see Lord Zedd snoring. And that's about it for Lord Zedd in Turbo. And finally, after Turbo, we go in space. We see Lord Zedd and Rita at Dark Specter's conference. Then, at the end of In Space, Lord Zedd and Rita get hit with Zordon's energy wave and is transformed into a human. And of course, there's so much more that he's done. Years later, during Operation Overdrive, we find out that Lord Zedd and Rita had a child, Thrax. Lord Zedd is a fan favorite. His design is phenomenal. He was the first Power Rangers exclusive villain. Although he was tamed later in the series, he was still a force to be reckoned with. Then there's that voice. Man oh man, I couldn't imagine any other voice coming from that guy. Robert Axelrod did an incredible job voicing him. I hope you enjoyed my look at the Lightning Collection, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Lord Zedd figure, and stay tuned for more Ranger reviews.